So I'm back here in MonoDevelop and we have our class, and I want to take a look at enumerations. Now enumerations, in short, are lists of things. Let's imagine that we wanted to extend our player so they could pick up all different kinds of weapons. Perhaps they could pick up a shotgun, a chain gun, a rifle. Well, they can only hold and use one of those weapons at once, but they could, in theory, pick up a whole different range of weapons in total throughout the game. Our game may have a certain number of weapons in total, and the player can pick up one of those. Well, if we wanted to keep a list of all the weapons that our game has, we can have an enumeration to do this. So I'm going to add this to the top of the class here, the first line beneath the opening brace, and above our variable declarations. Now we don't have to put enumerations up here, we could write them anywhere, but I'm going to put it here because it's good practice to adhere to a standard that you're comfortable using so your code is easy to read. So I'm going to add a statement public, and I'm going to write enum, which stands for enumeration, which means that we are about to create a list. And I'm going to be creating a list of weapons, all the weapons that the player could possibly find in the game. So I'm going to use an opening brace to start the list, and the first weapon that we might have would be a pistol, let's say, and that's going to have the value of 0. We just give it a numerical identifier. So pistol equals 0. We're going to have rifle, which is going to equal 1. We're going to have chain gun, which is going to equal 2. And we're also going to have, let's say, a plasma cannon, which is going to equal 3. And I'm going to close the list and put a semicolon and press Ctrl S to save that. And there we have created a list of weapons that the player could find in the game. Now let's just minimize MonoDevelop and return to Unity. You will see in the Object Inspector that although our code has compiled, it has not added that list to the player control script. And that is because this lists only variables. An enumeration is not a variable. An enumeration is just a potential list of things that could be in the game. It doesn't mean that the player has any of those weapons, only that we have listed all the weapons that they could possibly have. So I'm going to return back to MonoDevelop, and I'm going to add now a variable which indicates which weapon the player is currently carrying. We want to give the player the ability to carry a weapon, and we want to be able to choose whether it's the pistol, the rifle, the chain gun, or the plasma cannon. So I'm going to add public, and I'm going to call this weapons, because our enumeration, our list, is a weapon. So I'm going to call this weapons, and I'm going to say weapon we are carrying. You can see here that I can give variables any name that I like. I'm going to put a semicolon like so and press Ctrl S on the keyboard and minimize MonoDevelop. And now in the Object Inspector you can see that we have weapon we are carrying. That's slightly cut off because of the length of the name, but you will see that we are assigned here a pistol. Now I could click on this list, notice the up and down arrows. I could click on this list and choose any of the weapons from this list, such as rifle, chain gun, plasma cannon, but I'm going to stick with a pistol for now. And I could play this game. Right now this list and the weapon we are carrying will not actually make any difference to the gameplay, but we have configured this player to allow us to carry a weapon if we wish, and we can choose which one we are carrying. So let's just go back to MonoDevelop. We have our list of weapons here, which is pistol, rifle, chain gun, plasma cannon, and we have a variable for keeping track of the weapon that the player actually is carrying right now. So we've seen here how variables and enumerations can interact together.